Somebody was asking the other day about my gear bender for bending 1.1/8" pipe, and I've actually got two of these benders. This one does 7/8, this one does 1.1/8. They're pretty much the same size. The only difference is in the size of the groove where the pipe goes on the two little formers or guides. Never know which is which. Well, that's my two Imperial Eastman benders. The only problem I have with these, right, back again after a coughing fit. Where were we? The only problem I've really had with these is there should be like a little spring clip that holds it on. I've noticed this one's missing now, which is new, but the one for this one's been missing for a while, and I've ended up with a piece of wire wrapped around them and then twisted off, just to stop that from being able to lift off. Apart from that, I've not really and winding my finger into there, that's the other thing. Apart from that, they've been pretty good. I have heard of these teeth snapping off of the gears. Now, I've never had a problem with it, the ones we've used. That might be a lot of the pipe you buy now is thicker wall to cope with 410A. So if you've put in a lot of VRF systems in with 1.1/8" pipe work, it might be a bit more than what these were designed to do back in the day, because I think these things date back. I think Imperial Eastman have been making these things for years, so I doubt they've upped the spec on them at all. Right, let's say you want to bend bit of this bit of 1.1/8", and that's where you want the bend to be. On there, hook that round there. Slide that in. You've got that pin. Can pay to put some sort of WD-40 or something like that, just light grease or something, or oil on there, just to help it. Also on the shoe there. And this you wind around until it's tight. Now what you want to do is smooth this round. And you want to slide that through. You've got your pen mark there. This needs to be reasonably tight to make sure it's going to be square. And if you've got a piece of pipe you've cut, it's got a square edge on it, put it in the guide in the former, and then slide it up so both sides are touching the pipe, like that, and then you know that's where the back of the bend is. Of course, if you've measured to the front of the bend or the centre of the bend, you can just line up with wherever you want, and that will form the bend round this way. If you don't want to bend it if you want to bend measuring from this end of the pipe to here, so you want the back of the bend here, then you can take this off. Actually fill it on the other way around. There's actually two holes. There we go. Again, it's a repeat of the procedure of lining up like that to whichever side you want to do. I'd say this way is a bit more difficult because the hooks down the other way don't seem to. It's easier to use it the other way, I find. But you can do that. Sometimes that's useful if you've got the pipe hook already fitted and clipped to the wall and you want to put a bend on it. You might find you're going to get the benders in one way. Right, I've got that set up again. It's a bit tricky now, garage, because it's a tip, to be honest with you. Right, anyway. It's got graduations on there at 15, I think that's 30 and 45 degrees, 60 and 90. That's a 45 degree bend at the moment. And what I find is the pipe's a bit springy. So you've actually got a line here and a line here. I usually fill them in actually. There you go. They don't show up too well. They might have had a bit of blue paint in them when it was new. So that's a 45 degrees, but what I find you need to do is go just past it and then it will spring back. Especially more on the 90 degree bend rather than the 45. But that's 90 according to that. Just go a touch more and you see it spring back. There's a bit of springiness in the pipe, but this is probably really thick wall, 1 1/8 inch. I think we got this for doing that 410 VRF, so it's probably a thicker wall than what you'd use on R22. Once that's loose, you can take the pin out and the guide one comes off. There you go. That's quite a nice bend, no ripples. That's hard drawn as well, it's hard drawn pipe, so I did put a bit of WD-40 on there just to help it a bit. Yeah, so all in all, it's a good tool. I've had these they've got some similar little spring clips on the end of these as well. I've had them ping off, but luckily I've found them and put them back on again. But yeah, that's the only thing to watch for. And if I was using it, I'd, like I say, put some WD-40 or something like that on there. I usually put some on this as well just to help it, and a little light quick spray on the teeth on there.